Hey everybody, welcome back to Two Nerds in a Podcast. Today, we are talking about Anime Expo 2025. I need you to picture me doing wild finger guns into the air as
And
Casey
throwing
air horn
confetti.
noises. Yeah.
I'm throwing confetti.
Oh, yes. So, Anime Expo. I went this year on a whim. Christine, literally, we were sitting watching. We have an annual, or we try to have an annual Lord of the Rings marathon. But like, since we're both adults with like full time jobs and like friends, it's hard to schedule like an all day event like we used to back in college.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been broken up over a couple days, and the middle section of our marathon, she was like, hey, do you have, like, this is like a week before Anime Expo, by the way. She's like, do you have 4th of July weekend off? And I was like, I have no idea. I
Which is
didn't
like
look.
such a crazy weekend for it to be on.
Yeah. And I was like, I have no idea. And so I was like bugging all my coworkers for my schedule because I literally ran, because I was house sitting. I ran to the house, fed the dogs, let them out, got everything prepared before she got to the house. And I literally looked at the corkboard where our schedule is posted, went, I should take a picture, and then immediately left. And I was like, I regret that now. But it turns out that I magically, for once, had a 3-day 4th of July weekend,
What?
which is crazy. I can't remember the last time I actually had actual 4th of July off, let alone like the 3-day weekend. Normally, my old boss used to be like a butthead and schedule us like off Wednesday and Saturday, and then Tuesday and Friday. And I'm like, why? Why would you not at least give like the 2 days off together? But my new boss, who's great, was like, he was being real generous because all 3 assistants got the 4th of July weekend off, which I was surprised. But anyways, I said, yeah, I actually have it off. She's like, you want to go to Anime Expo? Because I'm going and I don't have anybody to go with. And I was like, bet, let's go. I literally went through, purchased my ticket, and was like, we're going to Anime Expo. Now, the last time she went to Anime Expo was before COVID. And I
Oh,
have
wow.
never. Yeah. And she used to go like religiously almost every year for like 8 years, 9 years before COVID. And I have never been to an Anime Expo. She is also the one that I've been to pretty much every convention with. I've been to a Supernatural convention with her. She's the one I did San Diego Comic Con with. We always do WonderCon. And so I was relying on her expertise. And she lives like in Northridge. The Anime Expo was at the LA Convention Center, which 0 out of 10 as far as convention centers go. I don't like it. I hope Anime Expo is never there again. It probably will always be there, but I really wish they would do it somewhere else, because I was like, okay, we'll get there we'll aim to get there when they open, which is 9 a.m. So we'll leave her house at like 7:30, get there, give ourselves like an hour-ish to park, get out of the car, get into the building. Wrong. This is LA. This is also Anime Expo. It took us 2.5 hours
Oh, my God.
to park.
Oh,
Not to get
my
there,
God.
to park. We left her house on time. Christine is trying to get her to leave the house at a certain time. She's one of those people that if I
That's
want
me.
her, yeah, her and Casey are the same. If I want you guys to be ready by 7:30, I tell you 7 o'clock.
You know what I tell people? You know what I start telling people, because I
Hmm.
am so bad at waking up and like getting ready in the mornings. I tell people, if I'm sleeping like next to somebody, I'm like, if I'm the alarm goes off, tell me that it's a later time than it is, so I'm panicking, and then I get up and get ready.
Yeah.
I'm so
Yeah.
bad at it.
She is. Like, literally, when Casey stays the night and we have to get up and go to Disneyland or Universal, I set my alarm like an hour earlier than what like I would get up, because then I get up and I get ready and I knock her and go, hey, it's time to get up. and then I go get ready, and then I come back and I go, hey, now you really got to get up, and then she
Yeah.
eventually peels herself out of bed.
It's
Um,
hard. Getting up is hard.
yeah, I would say mornings are not fun. Um, but yeah, so it literally, so this is on the 4th of July, right? Is the first day we went, Friday. And I was like, ooh, maybe we should have left like a tad earlier because I was thinking traffic on the freeway. No. Literally, I don't think I have ever flown through downtown LA so fast in my entire life. Casey, it was literally clear the entire way, and I got to drive 80 miles an hour the entire
And then it
way.
took you 2 hours to park.
And it took us 2 hours to park. And you know what's crazy is because, like, so you get off the 110, right? And it makes you go around to the quote unquote front of the convention center, which they have splitting into 2 lanes. You either make a left or you make a right. My navigator was saying make a left. So, of course, I was in the lane to make a left. I got cut off by 2 different people because they were like, oh, I'm going to speed past you and then force myself in front of you, which if you do that, I hope your shoelaces are always untied and you trip every single time. Because no, there's a reason there's a giant line and you get to wait in it just like the rest of us did. So,
Yeah, you have to
literally,
follow the rules too.
yeah. And so, like, that's maybe like a half a block stretch in order to make that left, and then maybe like another block to go up the street, and another block to make a right, and then you make a right into the parking garage. That 2 block corner there, 2 hours.
Oh my
We
god.
sat we sat
That's so
for two
crazy.
hours.
That's
And
insane.
we were literally watching the clock tick by, and I went, well, I guess we're not making the first panel you wanted to go to, Christine. She was
Wait,
like,
what time did
yeah.
it wait, what time did it start at? What, like
The convention opened at 9. The
9 a.m.
first
Okay.
panel we wanted to see was at 10:30. So
Holy sh
I figured if we aimed to be in the building about 9:30 that we would be able to go scout to see where the layout is and then go to the panel and then be on our merry way.
But no.
Wrong.
Mhm.
Also, when we were getting into the parking garage, I was thinking, oh, they probably have somebody directing traffic. No, nobody's directing traffic except like to go like only into the parking garage because they have the street that goes straight through blocked off. I don't know why. It's literally the convention just opened, but the amount of people that were like slowly inching up into the parking garage looking for a space towards the front. I'm
You're
like,
right. You're like,
bruh,
at this point, just park at this point.
nobody is leaving. Nobody is going. Literally, we are all just getting here. Just zip 2 levels up where there's literally nobody and park, which is what I did. I zipped up to level 5, parked my ass, and then we took the elevator down because we're not doing stairs after sitting in the car for 2 hours. And then made our way into the convention. Now, if you've never
Wait,
been
so
to
what
the,
time did you actually get into the convention?
I believe I texted Joe because so my main goal was for Funkos at conventions, they only give a certain allotment every day. So I didn't know what the restriction was going to be. Turns out it was one purchase per person. So my goal, because I needed 3 sets of 2 Funkos, I was gonna I was gonna try it every day, right? So I immediately lost that chance because by the time we got into the convention, it was 10:45.
Oh my gosh.
10:45. We left her house about 7:15, 7:30.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, okay, so no Funkos for me. Absolutely not. We literally ran. We didn't look at anything. We ran straight to where. Well, first of all, I had to pick up my badge because I literally bought my ticket the week before. So I had to go pick up my badge, which was awful because trying to find out where the badge pickup was like the first huge problem we ran into besides the parking.
Yeah, there was not a clear
No.
idea.
And we kept asking like every other like quote unquote security person, where's badge pickup? Oh, you go that way, you make a left, and then we go that way, make a left, and we go, oh no, you got to go further and make a left. And I'm like, okay, we'll go further. And then somebody was finally like, it's next to the Peacock Theater. And I'm like, oh, so we're still not even close. Cool. So we finally made it over there. The line was huge. Um, that actually went pretty fast because most people in that line had their crap together, and you have to have your license out and your little barcode for your ticket. You hand that to the person, they scan it, hand you your badge, and send you on your way. So we did that. We went and we ran into the first panel, well, technically the second panel of the day. Um, Caught the tail end of that, which was the Demon Slayer 6th anniversary panel. I don't watch Demon Slayer. I know that Casey's husband is in Demon Slayer with his
My
buff
husband,
mice.
yes, and his three
And
wives.
yeah, and I know like Nezuko was in there because that's Brooke's favorite character. Um, and I know Inosuke because for whatever reason, the American voice actor for Inosuke is all over my Instagram feed.
Oh gosh, don't even talk about him.
I'm not sure why though. Like I don't know, because like the American voice actor for Yuji is also all over my page, which that is understandable because I like a lot of JJK stuff. Um, and then my friend Joe actually has met him, so like just algorithm wise, I get that. I don't know why Inosuke is everywhere, um, but he is.
Bryce
But we,
Papenbrook. Ugh.
yeah. So we caught the tail end of that, and it was really cool because they actually had a live orchestra playing the music to a montage of scenes, which was really cool. I love hearing anime music, I think is very special in
Hmm.
general, but hearing it with a live orchestra is just like a whole nother level. So we got like the last like 10 minutes of that. And then after that was the free run panel. I also don't watch free run. But Christine gave me like a brief like synopsis. Like she's like Christine is like Casey in that they will talk to an anime. They will talk about an anime to me, and that's all fine and dandy, but I don't know what they're talking about
Yeah.
because I don't watch it. But I mean, it sounds cool. I definitely need to watch it though because Christine was like, if there was ever an anime character that was literally me, it's Free Ren. And as she is describing Free Ren, I was like, yeah, yeah, very like gets way into their hobbies, doesn't understand the passage of time, is very sleepy, but will show up when you need her to. And I was like, yeah, that's you. So we saw that. Um, there was way more people than I had anticipated. And this was Friday. Okay, Friday is one of the smaller days. Typically, like Thursday and Sunday are the smallest days. Fridays, like it's getting up there, and Saturday's just like an absolute mayhem situation. There was Casey. There was so many people there that I was like, "Are we at Anime Expo or are we at San Diego Comic Con?"
That's crazy.
I literally can't tell. It was there were so many people, but also, unfortunately,
Did you
the anime
recognize anybody? Like, I don't know. Like, were there any like famous people or anything there?
Not that I did see from afar, the American voice actor for Yuji Itadori. Um, I knew he was gonna be there, but I there was so many people that you couldn't see anybody as far as like in the like artist alley and in the
Yeah.
like shopping
Just a
section.
sea of crowd of people.
And then here's the thing: I'm 5'2". I can't see anything anyways. So when you throw me into like a sea of people, especially people wearing like large costumes, I really can't see anything. Like there's just I'm just wading through people. Christine's like, "Do you know where we're going?" And I'm like, "Nope, but I we'll figure it out at some point or another."
Please explain your cosplays.
Okay. So it was right because Christine sent me a text like a couple nights before, and she was like, "Are we dressing up, or are we just like gonna like chill through this whole experience?" And luckily, all of my anime cosplays are actually pretty chill cosplays, so um, it wasn't truly awful to wear any of them. So the first day, the one thing I love. about being a Geto fan is that I have a lot of friends that are Gojo fans. So I just constantly get to be Geto, and I just make whoever's going with me dress up as Gojo. So Christine went as Gojo.
Mhm.
I went as Geto. And it was like, because we were taking pictures throughout the day, and I was like, some of them, because they were only from like the waist up. I didn't wear the jacket. I had just the white button up and his stupid balloon pants, which I did eat it on the stairs. So I didn't scrape anything though, but I did eat it, and the entire crowd behind me went, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm just his pants are gonna kill me. That's all. That's all. I'm
It
fine."
was bound to happen with those damn
Yeah.
pants.
Honestly, I only fell once, and I'm super proud of myself. And I didn't even fall all the way. I fell up the stairs, which is great. But so we were Geto Gojo the first day, and then the second day, because they were having a Don panel because season 2 just premiered. And so Casey, sorry, you guys are interchangeable. Christine was like, because I had bought an Okarun shirt on Friday, and Christine brought the same one. She's like, we should go in something Dandadan related, and I was like, perfect, because I actually, in my hyper obsession with Dandadan, after watching like 3 episodes of season 1 last year, replicated one of Momo's sweaters because I was like, she literally, when she's chilling at home, dresses like me in a big baggy sweater and tiny little black shorts. And I'm like, could there be a more accurate character depiction? I think if I was an anime character, I'd be Momo from Dandadan. So I was dressed up as Momo, and then Christine had her Okarun shirt on, so we still matched, which was nice. And then Sunday was the most anticipated cosplay I had of the weekend because all my friends would not leave me the fuck alone. And I went as Chopper from One Piece. I
So cute.
made my giant pink top hat, which actually turned out really well. For having like literally no plan and doing it all from basically material that I already had, minus the pink felt, was the only thing I bought. Everything else I had, the foam I used to make it, the little inserts and all that. So I was pretty proud, and it turned out great. It was the nicest costume to wear because it's literally a tank top and shorts. And the pink hat came in handy because every time, like in Artist Alley, there were so many people constantly moving that Christine was like, "I'm really glad you wore the hat today because I can see you."
Yeah, yeah, it's a good spotter.
And because we're so short, there's like, I feel like we should have like bought like a balloon or something to tie to each of us. We ended up doing, which I feel like we do at every convention. We like go up and down every single stall because Christine and I will shop till we drop, quite literally.
Mhm.
Well, physically dropping and our bank account dropping below zero. Um, and so like we would just like go up one side and then wait at the end for the other one, and then go back down the other side and wait at the end until we caught up with each other, just to make sure we didn't lose each other. Because the other thing is like cell phone reception can be a little spotty in conventions. Especially like they had Artist Alley like basically in the basement. So cell phone reception um, could be hit or miss, but also like too, I'm not paying attention to my cell phone because I'm trying to look at all the things, and there's so many people, and it's hot
Mhm.
and sweaty and smelly, and people need
Yeah.
to learn how to shower and use deodorant, or antiperspirant would be preferred. Lots of fun cosplaying. I had quite a few people tell me my chopper hat was really cool, which was cool. Um,
What did you get merch wise?
whew. Not as much
What
as
didn't
Chris.
you get merch
Yeah, I
wise?
was like, what didn't I get? So my main goal for Anime Expo, which is why when Christine was like, "You want to go?" and I immediately said yes, is I wanted the Gojo Geto Funko Pop. I want to. They're not actually a set, but they coordinate,
They
which I
should
feel
have
like,
been a set.
yeah. They, I feel like Gojo and Geto Funkos never really coordinate with each other. And I also liked because they're smiling. They're like happy little beans because they're in their little like beach outfits.
I
Um,
know.
it's before all the like, you know, sadness and death and all and all of that in JJK. So that was my main goal, and I was happy that I got those. Um, I am so proud of myself because I really tried when I go to conventions, I try so hard to keep it to stickers and art
Mhm.
prints. And like that's it. If I do and pins, if I see a cool pin. So I did get a Turbo Granny pin from Don Da Don and an Okarun t-shirt. Also, if you want to see any of these items, it will be up on my YouTube channel at some point.
So
Um,
go subscribe
yeah,
now.
yep. Make sure to subscribe. I got a bunch of different stickers. I was very excited to see that a lot of Baldur's Gate 3 stuff was like floating around because Astarion, who is the vampire, the white haired vampire from Baldur's Gate 3, voiced by the wonderful Neil Nuban, he's my husband in that game. So I got a lot of stickers with him. I got a lot of prints. I got a lot of cute prints of Gojo and Geto because, like, JJK, all of the art that was there was so beautiful. And I'm very proud of myself. I only got, I believe, 3 keychains for me. 2 of them were Geto, and 1 of them was a Gojo and Geto. But to be fair, 2 of them are friendship keychains because
Yes.
Casey got the
So
Gojo
cute.
versions.
So perfect.
What else did I get? I got a couple of free posters. So pretty much almost every panel we attended gave something out for free. So the JJK panel gave us a free JJK poster, and the Don panel gave us a free Don poster. So I have
That's cool.
those. Yeah. And then from the official Anime Expo booth, I got a set of pins, which I'm so glad say Anime Expo 2025 because it irritates me when they don't put the year. Always put the
Yeah.
year. Um, I also bought, because it was $45, a Anime Expo kimono set, pajama set.
Ooh.
I should have sized up. I asked the lady, I go, is it unisex sizing? And she said yes. So I got an extra large. I definitely should have gotten a 2X because I think it's a bit form fitting. And I was like, But the other thing is I'm also short. So it's like, gotta weigh those options. So I'll probably turn the pants into shorts because we all know I don't wear pants. But the kimono, it's like a gray blue kimono. It's got one little pocket in the front. It says Anime Expo on one side and has this really pretty blue swirl pattern. They called it the Jinbei kimono. And for those of you who don't watch One Piece, Jinbei is a character in One Piece. He's a fish man. So my assumption is that the kimono is inspired by Jinbei. I don't know if that's true or not, but we're going to pretend that it is because I only tell you the
Like
truth
that's what
here on
I'm
this
going with.
podcast. Um, and then, I no, not Casey, Christine.
Same thing.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean. We'll pretend you were there, Casey.
I
Um,
was there in spirit.
yeah, she really was because I'm looking at all the stuff going, I don't know what any of this is, but it's pretty. Um, Christine, there's this one booth, and I wish I had taken a picture of the business card. I'll have to look her up. But there's this like one artist that we found in the exhibit hall that had a booth full of like super, super cute Japanese, styled, cutesy, designed stuff. And Christine, we went on day 2 to this booth. I think it was day 2. It might have been day 1. No, it was definitely day 2. Went to this booth. They had like their own like brand design stuff, which is like cute. Like the tote bag I have is like a little fish market menu, and then they had like different little like t-shirts with little sayings. My favorite one, it had like a little like stick figure-esque person like passed out on the floor, and it was like, I pooped today. And I was like, that's amazing. I love that. Um, and so they had like their brand stuff, and then they also did a free rent section of stuff and an apothecary diaries section of stuff. And when we went the first time, they had most of the items still in stock, except by the time we got to the front, the shirt that Christine wanted, they didn't have the size she wanted, but they had the size above and the size below. So she's like, "Oh, I guess I gotta get two." Um, she dropped a lot of money in that freaking just that store alone. She was ready to drop more, and I'm like, Christine, you're buying. She bought 2 T-shirts. She bought 3 keychains, 4 keychains, a crossbody bag. She got something else. I don't know. She bought like $300
Oh my gosh.
worth of stuff, and she was ready to buy. She was ready to buy more, and I was like, Christine, you were literally in the middle of trying to clean out your closet. This is not going to help you clean out your closet.
No.
And she was like, okay, I'll buy one sweatshirt. Because she wanted, there was like 2 different sweatshirts. And I was like, why don't you just choose one? Just one. And so she did. So she listened to me like a little bit, which was good. But like when you go to a convention on the last day, most of the vendors, both like in the main hall and in Artist Alley, they don't want to pack up their stuff and take it with them. They want it to go away, like as much as humanly possible. So they tend to have like a super sale. So we went back to that same booth, and literally everything Christine had bought except for the crossbody bag was sold out, which was crazy.
Wow.
Um,
That is
but
crazy.
yeah, I ended up buying. All to say, I ended up buying a hoodie, a black hoodie, because can never. Actually, it was a zip up hoodie, and I don't. I have a black zip up hoodie, but that's the only black zip up hoodie I have. Everything else is sweatshirt. But it has a ghost on it, on the front, and it says "help" underneath, and then on the back it says "don't talk to me," and then on the
Very cute.
arms it says "deadlines." And I was like, oh, this is gonna be my editing sweatshirt, so that when I'm editing, people can leave me alone. Um, but yeah. And then what else did I buy? I feel like I bought more. I think that was the main things. If you want to see the complete list, go over to the YouTube channel because I did film everything, including what I bought other people. So like I bought Casey like a Gojo print, and then her and Brooke both requested a Gojo Geto set, which is why I had to get in the Funko line. Technically, I only got in twice because Christine got in line with me the second time, so she technically quote unquote bought some. Christine and I, we played the system quite a lot this
Yes.
convention.
You have to
So
sometimes. Because
yeah,
they limit you and it's like I have friends, I'm not a reseller, I just have friends.
yeah. So the one booth that Christine dropped a lot of money on, if you spent over $100, you got a free tote bag, right? And she was like, if I'm spending $300 and we make 2 different purchases, I should be able to get 2 tote bags. First, we were going to see if they would just give us, like, for every $100 you spend, you get a free tote bag. And the girl was like, no, you would need, like, a friend with you. And Christine was like, I have one right here, and pulled me over. And I was like, hello, I am the friend.
Hello, I
Um,
am the friend she is
tis
talking
I.
about.
But what I think is funny is they do stuff like that. So Christine, literally, we both went up at the same time because we might as well have the same cashier take care of both of us. Went up at the same time, and she paid for her stuff, right? And then, like, because everything is like tap pay now, right? So she paid for her stuff, put her phone down underneath the counter, handed it to me, and I took it and then paid for the other set of stuff. So we paid with the
Uh,
same card.
that is so silly.
Yeah. But I mean, we she got 2 free tote bags, and then when we went back the third day, because it was by two get one free, I think. And she was like, I was like, well, do you see anything that you want? Because like now is the time. Like we're on super sale now. And she was like, well, yeah. And I go, because if you see two things, I will get a sweatshirt. Because their sweatshirts are originally like $80 or something like that,
Oh my gosh.
or like 70. I don't know. I paid $40 in the end. And because we made a third purchase, I got to keep this tote bag, which is why I have like the little fish menu tote bag. Um, and then with Funko, I literally, because I always carry two credit cards with me, so we got in line and I handed her one credit card and I took the other credit card and we paid and then we put it all in one bag and walked away.
And that's how you cheat the system, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, honestly, if you can, always do a convention with a buddy because it's literally the best way to do conventions because then you get free stuff. Also, what I thought was hilarious is typically at any convention that I've ever been to, you always get a free tote bag from somebody. Anybody, really. I noticed at Anime Expo, you get a lot of free tote bags and you get a lot of free hand fans.
Amazing.
So I have like 5 paper hand fans, although one of them is plastic, so like that I kept. I threw the paper ones away. Um, but Toho Animation came out with these like super giant tote bags. I mean, like they're huge. Like I don't know who would ever need a tote bag that big. I guarantee you, Christine easily walked away this convention with like 30 of them
Oh
because she
my
just
gosh.
every time we walked by, she's like, "Can I have like a handful?" And the lady would just be like, "Sure." I walked away with like 6. So like everybody that like bought like had me buy stuff for them, like Casey, you're gonna be getting a giant Toho animation bag.
I love
Um,
tote bags, so
it's huge.
always, always.
And then it's funny because also everybody who ordered Funkos is also going to get a Funko bag because I already have like 3 Funko bags because I've been to the actual Funko store. So I don't need any Funko bags. So you're also getting a Funko tote. Joe is very excited about his Funko tote because he goes to conventions all the time and doesn't have a tote bag for whatever reason. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't have a tote bag? How do you not have a tote bag? I have a tote of tote bags.
You
Do I
need a
remember to
tote
bring them
bag.
anywhere? Yeah. So he's going to be getting a free tote bag. And even Wyatt is going to get a tote bag because they were handing out Final Fantasy tote bags. I'm like, fabulous. I can give that to Wyatt. He can have the Final Fantasy one. Um, but yeah, shopping is always my favorite part of a convention. That's typically what I go to conventions for, is to shop and to occasionally see some really cool panels. Like the JJK panel was really cool because they had the Japanese voice actors for Yuta and oh my gosh, who was the other one?
The lady,
Yeah, that's the one who does Yuta.
oh my god, I
Oh
love
my
her. She
gosh.
also voices Hanako from Toilet Bound Hanako Kun.
Oh, okay. Oh my god, I can't remember who the other one was. Now I'm
See,
gonna have
I
to
would
look.
love to go to like an anime convention, like an actual because I love the Japanese voice actors.
Yeah.
So, like, if I saw like Gojo's voice actor in person, I may actually cry.
Yeah, it was really cool because they had a video from Gojo's voice actor, Geto's voice actor, and one of the what's her name? What's the girl in their trio in their year? I can't remember. But it was them 3. They did a video message.
Gosh, I'm dropping everything everywhere.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Take it easy. So I thought it was really cool that like this time they had a lot of the Japanese. Oh, I think it was Yuji, the Japanese voice actor for Yuji was there. Um, I'm kind of surprised since the English voice actor for Yuji was there that he wasn't also a part of the panel because I think that would have been kind of cool. Because for Dandadan, they had the American voice actors for Okarun, Momo, and Gigi. And then they had the Japanese voice actor for Gigi, I believe. So it was kind of cool. I wasn't expecting so many of the Japanese voice actors to be present. Like, I feel like that's very rare for an American convention.
Hmm.
So that was really cool. Also, the guy who was doing, I believe, hold on, I must look at my pictures. Yeah, the guy who was doing the JJK panel, the moderator, he was not only like moderating this panel, but he was also translating for both of the Japanese voice actors,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
like simultaneously. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like, that's like mad skills right there. I was
That is
blown
skill.
away. And in case you guys couldn't tell, I did come back with the con crud, which
Yeah.
is always my favorite. And it's weird because like I feel like it's only at big conventions because I'm pretty sure after San Diego Comic Con, I also got sick like this. But like after WonderCon, I don't ever really get sick, but that's like a really tiny convention, so I don't know. I'm not thrilled. But also, um, I've started playing this mobile game called Love and Deep Space, LADS for short, at the request of other Jamie. And I don't know what I happened to be looking at, but I saw they were going to have a booth at Anime Expo, and it was great. They had the lads like little cardboard. Well, I say little cardboard cutout. It was to scale cardboard cutout. They're all like 6'3" and up, so they're just like these huge cardboard cutouts. I unfortunately was one, not a high enough hunter level to get any of the prizes, but also two, I never arrived early enough to get any of the free stuff they were giving out. But I love that they were there, and to my friend Joe spins out every time I mention lads because he's just like emotionally scarred from like so many of his female friends playing this game. I photoshopped him in. So Silas is my favorite. He's the white-haired vampire looking one, and I photoshopped him because I took just a picture because it was closed when we walked by. So I took just pictures of all the lads, and I photoshopped him in and sent it to him, and he was like, "I hate this. You need to burn it." But also, why does it look so real? And I'm like, and that's pretty good because I was literally on my phone waiting for the Don to Don panel to start, and I was like, I'm gonna Photoshop him in this, and it's probably one of the greatest pictures ever in existence.
Yes,
Um,
it's very good.
but yeah, I mean, it was a great Anime Expo. We did not do nearly as much as I thought we were going to do because it was so unbelievably crowded.
Hmm.
Um, I know I mentioned earlier 0 out of 10 for the LA Convention Center. Typically, at least the conventions that I've been to, is either contained within one giant building or the entire like complex is blocked off, right? So you have like, let's say, 6 points of entry that you can go in and out of. The LA Convention Center, that is made up of three different buildings. So they have like the main convention center building, they have the Peacock Theater, and then they have another building, which is fine. It was a bit spread out, and I get it because there was a lot of people, but you had to tap your badge in and out of every single building, and you could only go in one door and out the other. You couldn't go in and out in the same place most of the time. So
Hmm.
the amount of walking we did was actually crazy. I mean, we're talking like 20,000 steps a day just to go in and out of the buildings. Also, nothing was marked very well. There was no like this way to badge pickup. This way, if you're there was nothing. So they got it together by Saturday, which was great, but also like I had already not had a good experience. So if they could like fix the flow of this convention or somehow manage to get it into maybe just like the main building and the Peacock Theater. I understand the Peacock Theater for the bigger panels because when we went in for Demon Slayer, it was packed. Like every single seat was taken. Um, when we went in for JJK, the entire orchestra section down below was full, and I believe Don Don was also full. So it was crazy, but the flow of it was really bad. Also, even though it wasn't actually hot outside, thank goodness, standing in the sun to get into the Peacock Theater was awful. It was, I mean, I thought when we were standing in line for Don Don, I thought we were all gonna just pass out. It was so hot. And I was wearing a sweatshirt, so I was dying. I was like, if they don't let us inside soon, I'm gonna pass out. Luckily, they let us in like 10 minutes later, and I took a t shirt with me, so it was all good and dandy. Um, but yeah. Do you have any questions, Casey?
What would you rate it out of your whole experience out of 10?
Um, I would give it a solid like 7.5. It's not the best convention I've been to. I think, but I also don't know how long Anime Expo has been going on, but like at least compared to San Diego Comic Con was very, even though there was still more people than Anime Expo, it was very smooth as far as being able to get to where you need to go. Anime Expo, their setup was a bit wonky, but the fact that they had a lot of the Japanese voice actors there was really cool. Um, but yeah, and I feel like Anime Expo, like most conventions, they need just a room full of like benches and chairs
Mm-hmm.
just to sit. Because here's the thing: the second you're like in a hallway, right, and you're like, I could sit against the wall. The second you sit down, somebody comes over and goes, "You can't sit there." And you're like, okay, well, where can I sit? Because my feet hurt and I need to sit down for 10 minutes before I continue on with my day. Um, but also, I think if they just put benches in and stuff, then the tripping hazard of people sitting on the floor won't be there. Also, sitting on the floor as somebody who's 31 is not very fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, more seating, better flow, but the actual experience of being the first anime convention was really cool, especially because now, I mean, I only watched like 5 different animes, but like seeing the stuff that I know, but also seeing stuff I know that my friends like. Like I had my one friend, she was like, "Give me anything Demon Slayer. I don't care what character, just anything Demon Slayer." So I literally had to walk with Christine and be like, Demon Slayer? And she'd be like, yes, that person is from Demon Slayer. I'm like, okay, okay, cool. And then I recognized Tengen and his buff mice
Yes.
and Nezuko. But like everybody else, I was like, Demon Slayer? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. Uh, or like, especially because like obviously in Artist Alley, you have all the artistic interpretation. And I'd be looking at this black haired anime man and I'm like, is it Geto? Is it not? Like I can't tell. So I think as I go further into anime, then I'll understand more. I was telling Casey, I think a couple episodes ago, I still don't understand the like addition of cat ears onto characters that don't have cat ears. So like if like just like putting cat ears on Gojo and on Geto. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I don't, and then like yeah, I don't get it. But I guess it's a huge thing because they were everywhere. My favorite thing is still the booby pad mouse pads, but they're dudes. Makes
Yes.
me giggle every time. Um, but yeah, it was good, and it was also really cool because in Artist Alley, a lot of the artists were actually there when we stopped by a lot of booths, so we got to chat with a lot of people, which is pretty cool.
That is very cool.
But yeah, it was fun. I think if it just had a better flow, and obviously if we had known about the parking situation earlier, then it would have been better. But it was still fun. I would still go again. I would definitely probably try to go, like, if I'm trying to get anything, I would definitely try to make it on Thursday just so I could buy stuff and
Yes.
preferably beat the crowd, because there was a lot of like Love and Deep Space booths that we were trying to get to, but there was just constantly a crowd of people there all the time. So if you want to get like the best stuff or have the most chance of maybe getting something you want, I would start on Thursday if you can. Or if you have badge pickup, do it on Thursday. Do not do it on Friday like I did. But yeah, it was really good. It was really fun. There will be a small vlog up on the YouTube channel, so make sure to
So go
subscribe to
follow it
that.
now.
Yes. Casey and I are both getting into streaming over on Twitch, so you can follow us both there. Casey actually tends to stream Sunday nights, and I tend to stream either Tuesdays or Wednesday nights, and the occasional Thursday morning when I'm trying to make my way through lads. Um, so you can catch us over there. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Obviously, subscribe wherever you're listening to the podcast at. And we will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.